How about we just forget the 50-year mortgage and just go straight to things that actually will solve problems? Look, I know everybody had a fun moment of every reel, every meme about this 50-year mortgage, and I know they're talking about portable mortgage and all this. Great. But I'm going to dive in and actually give things that what we should be talking about, we should be fixing to help affordability, but also help people qualify, because there's things that loan officers experience every day and lenders that we know exactly. You as the customer, the borrower trying to buy a primary residence, trying to buy an investment property, trying to refi, whatever it is, we know the struggles. If you're W-2'd, if you have commission, if you have overtime, you get RSU income, you're self-employed, you get interest income, dividend income, capital gains income, you have multiple LLCs. I know when I list all that stuff off, I'm ringing multiple bells for some of you, a lot of bells for some of you, and some of you are like, I don't even know what you're talking, I'm a salary person. But even if that's you, you should listen to this video, because I'm going to tell you from our perspective, that's like a loan officer or lenders that have been doing this over 20 years, done over 5,000 transactions, and I get to talk to so many other people, that there's a lot of things that we are not able to do. We can't count because it's just government rules. It's overlays and they just don't allow it. And they don't allow it because that's how it's been forever long. Is it bad they don't allow it? Is it good they don't allow it? I don't know. And so a lot of people, hey, Kenny, what do you think about the 50-year mortgage? Well, look, we have a 10-year mortgage, a 15-year mortgage, a 20-year mortgage, a 25-year mortgage, a 30-year mortgage. We have a 40-year mortgage. Sure, maybe they're going to present a 50-year mortgage. It's bad because the interest. Let's say there was a 50-year mortgage. What would you do with it? I would say, cool, you can use it to qualify. So you can lower your payment X amount and you can get more. And then you're going to stick it on a 30-year fixed payment and pay it off in 30 years. You would not want to pay it in 50 years, in my opinion, because there's so much interest. It's dumb. Just pay it off quicker. And anybody getting the 50-year mortgage is probably doing that because they're like, I can't qualify because of the things I'm going to talk about, because you can't account my gig income or my overtime or this bonus or this part-time job I have. You can't count, or you can't count that I've been renting my room out to roommates and they just don't count it, Kenny. It's just stupid. That's real solutions. It's real people's problems, because it's really how they make income. It's really how they pay the bills. And so whether you're a full-time W-2 employee and then you work part-time here, maybe part-time there, and you're like, I bring in the money, I've been doing this, and you can't use it all because I don't have all the exact paperwork or the track record, how they pay me is weird. It's stupid. I get it. Oh, and by the way, if we've never met, my name is Kenny Simpson, and I focus on 1 to 4 unit financing, 1 to 4 unit properties. That means I help people buy or refinance 1 to 4 unit properties. That could be a house, a 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit. Whether you're a first time home buyer, you're a real active real estate investor, you're self-employed, I'm the guy one of the guys that helps a lot of people do this. I've been doing it 20 years, funded $1 billion of loans, and I shoot content like this because I want to educate you, I want to help you, and I want to break down all the noise, all the BS, and all the crap you hear out there, and just break it down to really what matters. Because when you're getting a loan, you're going to buy a house, going to refinance, all this stuff is great, but at the end of the day, it's me, there's a processor, there's a team, there's an underwriter, there's a lender, there's guidelines, and you got to meet that. And if you don't meet that, they don't care who you are, what wand you wave, and all this stuff. It has to make sense. It's got to get done. It's got to get funded. And so all these ideals are great and they sound wonderful, but if it doesn't move the needle or help people out, then what's the point? So on this video, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I think really matter. So I have 5 different kind of bullet points I want to go through of income that sometimes is often not used, it's not considered, and a lot of it's because, well, we just don't have the exact paperwork you need, or you can't provide this. And even though you're like, are you kidding me? I get it. I know, but it's just the guidelines and rules. So basically now you're telling me, Kenny, is because I can't show this income, I can only qualify for this payment or this purchase price? Yep. Or I can't refi? Yep. I know, it's stupid. Even with non-QM loans, QM loans, the whole thing, it does not necessarily mean you're gonna get what you want in results. So here's 5 different topics I wanna go through that might resonate to you, that I think the government should really think about and consider being a little bit more forgiving on the documentation and start using income, because people are actually making it, they can prove it, it's just not the way that you wanna see it. Number 1, if you have family members or roommates that live with you, they don't want to go on a loan. Maybe they have shitty credit. Maybe they just don't want to go on a loan. They can't go on a loan. Maybe they don't really have a straightforward job. Maybe they go babysit. They go mow lawns. They go do different things. Whatever they do, maybe they get paid with Zelle payments. They don't have a W-2. They don't have bank statements. It doesn't matter. But what they do is they pay you $1,000, $500, $750 a month. Yep. And on traditional loans, you can't really just use that. And if you can, it's just crazy guidelines that kind of pain in the ass. So if you're a mom and your 2 grown kids live with you and they pay you $1,500 rent and because they didn't pay it to your property and you didn't show on your taxes, however it is, I understand there's rules and guidelines. However it is, they can't use it. That could mean that that's income you get or offset the payment. You can't use it. Well, that means you could buy more house because you need more house because your kids need to move in. But if you can't use it, you can't use it. So the government, I think, should be much more lenient how they accept roommate income, kids income, family income that's helping them out. They're at home. They don't need to get on a loan. They just need to figure out how to prove that. How would they do it? There's many different ways, but I think we need to get a little bit more creative on that. Number 2, for example, right? Fannie and Freddie, Bill Poultry. If you're listening, this is the message that I need to get to you. Here in California, here in San Diego, we are pushing to build more housing. Push, push, push. And the way we're doing that is we're building ADUs. So you can have a house and you add 1 ADU, Fannie and Freddie are cool with that. You have a 2, you add 1 ADU, Freddie Mac is cool with that. But as soon as you start adding 2, 3 units, right? And it goes to 4 units, well, Fannie and Freddie, so we don't want to do it anymore. Are you kidding me? So then you have to go to the non-QM loan. And then non-QM, a lot of them don't do it. But the pricing's different. You can't put down 5% in the end. You can't go FHA. It's dumb. If it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, why can't it be a duck? There's enough sales, there's enough comps to where it's 1 ADU, 2 ADUs, 3 ADUs. We should be able to have people start buying those properties, putting 5% down, 3.5% down, 10% down, 15% down, whatever it is, getting conventional financing, using those rents from those to offset. It's called house hacking. Why don't we allow that? Because it hasn't been passed. Because a lot of people don't even understand ADUs. I do because we do them a lot. So Bill, if you're listening, reach out. Love to chat with you because this is something that should be passed immediately. It would help housing. It would help people affordability. And I haven't heard anything about it. I'm hoping you are focusing on it. Okay, variable income, number 3. Variable income means like you got a W-2 job, but then you have kind of this side gig you do over here, and you have this side gig you do over there. You could be like, I deliver for Uber, I do Uber Eats, I help over here, I do a little hustle over here, whatever it is. It's not your W-2. You might get paid weird. Maybe the guy just sells you. Maybe they write you a check. Maybe they ACH you. Maybe it's 1099, right? But you can't use it because, well, you didn't have it for 2 years. Well, there's not much consistency. Well, guess what? That little, a lot of people have a side hustle. Hello, government. A lot of people have 2, 3 jobs now because they have to. Why? Because shit's expensive. They live in a place like San Diego or LA or other parts of the country. It's expensive. They have other jobs, right? Sure, I'm a loan officer, but that doesn't mean I don't do other stuff. I have rental properties. I sit here and shoot this content. That takes time, energy, and money to do. I do this, that's another side hustle. Whether I get paid or not, what I'm saying, if I got paid from it, how could you show it? How could you use it? Whether it's $1,000, $2,000 a month, a lot of people have this and it's just not a straightforward income and how it comes in. We need to start thinking about how could we use this? How could they show it? Because that's more money that somebody would have that would help them qualify for a purchase, a refi, or help somebody else out. Maybe they're trying to buy a property. Number 4, self-employed income. This is the one where people that are self-employed think they basically are like, well, we're the redhead stepchild. We're treated differently. We're not a W-2 straightforward cookie cutter. And I'm going to be honest with you, they're right. They are right. But I think if you're W-2'd and you get fired tomorrow, you don't even have the ability to make money. You don't know how. But if you're self-employed and you lose your business, you're going to figure out how to hustle and go do something else because that's what you've done and that's what you do, right? So with that being said, self-employed is this whole thing. And I get it. We have non-QM, but here's the thing, guys. Again, somebody could be W-2'd, start a side hustle in 6 months, 8 months, 10 months. You can't use the income. Maybe non-QM can, but Fannie and Freddie can't. We need to get more logical and use our brain and realize we live in a different world. This isn't 1950, 60, 70, 80, where probably a lot of this crap was written. It's a new world where somebody has a job and a side hustle, and they might be making some dough, some scratch, whatever you call it from that, and we can't use it. So self-employed, we need to dig into, you need to have a lot more flexibility, and I get it, there could be rules and regulations, but this, I gotta work for 2 years and this and that, it's a load of crap, it needs to change, and that could help affordability because somebody can't use that income. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. The biggest thing here is affordability, but it's also that a lot of people cannot use this other income that they get, and that does not help them qualify. Number 5, last but not least, I'm going to use just a general term of investment income. It could be retirement. It could be stocks. It could be capital gains. You could get money from a trust, all this stuff. Money flows in. Maybe a family member sends you $2,000 a month. They're going to send that to you for this. Like, oh, we can't use that because it wasn't in a trust and all. Again, are you kidding me, right? The parent doesn't want to co-sign, but they're saying, hey, we send our kid $2,000 a month. The lender's going to say, well, what if they stop sending him $2,000 a month? I understand that. But what if your W-2 employee that just bought a FHA loan with 3.5% down gets fired in 2 days? What's the difference? That's what I'm trying to say is for somebody that's getting this money, they go, are you kidding me? They get fired. They don't have a job. They're going to get another job. How do you know they're going to get another job? Well, I can't go get another side hustle this. So whether it's, like I said, all this investment income, all this retirement, look, if it's done properly, you can use it. If it's done erratically or doesn't make sense, you can't use it. So again, it doesn't really make sense all the time. So I gave you 5 different things, from roommate income to allowing ADU income, to variable income, to self-employed income, to investment income, 5 different things that I think the government really needs to dive in deeper. And what they should do is they should gather many loan officers around the country that really are passionate about this shit, understand this stuff, get them in a room and say, look, what can we do better here? Because we live in a different world with people earn income much differently. And I think we need to use our brains a little bit better. People get paid differently. And so it's not just, hey, I gave you a check or I gave you an ACH. People get paid, whether they got paid in crypto, they got paid in stablecoin, they got paid in Zelle, all this stuff, right? Cash, whatever. All I'm saying is we need to get more creative as a country and we need to figure this out. Just because somebody has a job and side hustles and gets money from different things does not mean they're a bad borrower, does not mean they're a liability. What I think to me it means is that they're a hustler. That means they know how to go make money and they know how to make things happen. And I think they should be rewarded and not penalized. So instead of the 50-year mortgage and all this stuff you're talking about, cool, we want to move your mortgage. We need to help people that are making this other income, make it usable. Thanks guys for watching. Share this with somebody. Love to hear from you. Hey, if you need help, you may look at your scenario, look at anything at all, reach out. I got you.